And then. Okay, I think it's working. All right. Do a couple of. You know where the camera is on? Camera's up there.
It's actually right there.
Oh, there, and oh, that's the one you.
That's the one.
Okay. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Towards the front.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Have a seat up here.
Other camera would be better to use.
Come on up here.
Okay.
Come on, babe. How much side?
See, do you know how to switch which camera to use? I wonder if that camera would get a better view of our tape here.
Great question.
Peanut M&M's.
There should
No,
be
so-
caramel M&M's.
Hey, all right.
All right.
I think that's like.
I feel like they've used this view before. Looks like it. So look at it was caramel.
Caramel M&M's.
Caramel?
I've never had them before.
Never had them either.
That captures.
I thought it was gonna be chocolate covered cheese.
I know, peanut ones are my favorite.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the November Communications Committee meeting. Thank you for those that are joining us that are not typically on the Communications Committee. People are here from all across the different township organizations. And we're here because we have special guest Cryle Communications to help us get started on the township's thoughts on branding and how to be branded in the future. And it all comes together with the strategic planning that's being done. So we're here to just talk about branding and get people's perspectives. And I think Cryle's got like some activities for us to do. And I guess without further ado, I'll let you guys take it away.
Hi, everybody, I'm Angela Cryle. I've met most of you, those of you I haven't, it's nice to see you. First and foremost, I believe we have some veterans in the room, so happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. We appreciate you spending your evening with us and hopefully it'll be fun, and we brought candy and salty stuff, so help yourself. I feel like people's brains work better when there's chocolate, so feel free to help yourself to that. This is Addison Culver. Addison works with me at Cryle Communications, and so she's going to be helping take notes and make sure that we capture all of your thoughts today. I think it's really important to kind of level set what we're doing today. So, well, I am not going away coming up with ideas and then coming back to you and saying, here's a logo for your township. You all are here to help us figure out what that brand for your township, that brand, that visual identity, how we're going to look and feel, what the colors are going to be, what the imagery is going to be, and what feelings people feel when they see Harlem Township and hear the things that we have to say about them. This process is really important as you look at your strategic plan to show people who are looking from the outside in who you are and who you believe you are to the world as they look at Harlem Township. But it's also really important to people here. Because I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like sometimes in my little community, people forget how awesome we have it and how awesome we are. And they have to be reminded to be proud of where they're from. They forget sometimes. And I've found that when you can remind them visually and you can remind them with positive words and phrases and things, that it does help instill that pride. So hopefully what we come up with will do both. It'll be a great message to the people who are looking in, and it'll be a great thing for people who are here to be sending out to the world. So that's why I'm here today. I'm not here to talk much. I'm here to listen a lot. And I have some activities and some fun stuff that we want to do with you to get your brains turning and sort of using the other sides of your creativity. And the first one is one of your pieces of homework, and it's how I'd like to get to know you all a little bit better. And that is your inanimate object that represents the township. And this may sound a little silly to you, but I have done this probably 50 different times, and every single time it is a super helpful foundation for us to get to know you, and also for you to hear what other people think about your community and kind of get to know each other a little better. So since you're the leader, Lindsay, I'm going to let you go first.
Absolutely.
So you go right ahead and share
Okay.
your object and share why you chose it.
Yes. So the objects that I brought tonight are these neat books, the textbooks that we recently acquired from my mother-in-law. She was going through her basement and going through boxes and found these old textbooks, and we learned they actually belonged to my husband's grandpa. And I brought them because they were at a critical point where she had them in a box and she was like, I don't know what to do with these. I think I'm going to either throw them away or donate them unless you guys think they're neat and you'd like them. And I thought they're really cool because the textbooks themselves are full of history. He's got like inscriptions, he's written things in them that's full of history. And I feel like I could repurpose them into a new purpose. And I've got like a nice mantle above my fireplace. I thought, why don't I display them there so people can enjoy them, enjoy the history, but they're like repurposed in a new way that is good for them now since they weren't for their old purpose anymore. So that's why I brought these.
What subjects are they?
They are medieval and modern history, an introduction to Western Civ, and the history of Europe.
I want another publication to read because history changes.
Their publication dates are very fun. In terms, some of them are like the 1800s,
Wow.
late 1800s.
So modern history is
Yes.
relative. Yeah.
And when
This-
you read it, you're like, oh.
Yes, absolutely.
And
So
high school texts and college texts.
I think they were, we learned through some notes that he had written that when he got home from doing his military service, he never enrolled in college at the University of Cincinnati, but I think he was like, well, I'm going to buy some college textbooks and learn the things that I didn't get to learn since I didn't go enroll in college. So yeah. Yeah. Is that what that means? Taught
Self-taught.
himself. So there we go. Mhm.
Return.
And what I brought, I can get it out.
I thought you were just gonna be the bag. You got
I
something in?
could.
Bags.
Yeah, I know, that's what.
There's the color green, you know. I think we all agree on that.
Seeds.
This came from our property. And that is a Galena brick.
Wow.
You have one too. Many people do on their property. And the reason why is because brick is the foundation for many of the old houses here in Harlem Township. And this is an extension. I mean, you know, I don't know how old this was, but this was a business that, a home business in many cases, that existed a long time ago. But this is enduring. This represents our community and the foundation, not only for many houses, but the foundation, solid foundation that our township is. That's the reason I brought that. And I had one, my wife didn't want me to bring it because she prized that. It was a homemade brick with a stick figure of a person in it that somebody had drawn in there. So they left their legacy in a brick. And she told me she couldn't find it, but I got a feeling she didn't want me to bring it.
That's great.
So that's what I brought, and that's my feeling about our township.
My great grandfather worked in the Galena Brickyard in the
Did he?
30s and 40s. And I have pictures of him with the whole crew,
Oh, my gracious.
sitting in that brickyard.
Yeah,
And he worked there a couple of decades.
I don't think we had a bricks manufactured here in Harlem Township. I don't
Just in-
believe, it was
No.
mostly
Yeah.
up there.
They have kilns.
As far as I know either.
But just about every property probably has a brick like that
I've got
somewhere.
the one that I have from our property isn't a full brick, it's broken.
Mm,
It's a broken.
Yeah, but it says Galena on it.
This is in good shape still.
mhm.
Oh, it really is.
There's other names too, and from other brickyards, so anyway. Yeah, and then we'll move on, I guess, to Mike.
Okay, well, I brought this toy tractor. It's an antique toy tractor representing basically the history, if you will, of Harlem Township and the people who have made Harlem Township what it is today. We happen to live on a property that was part of the original property owned by Benajah Cook when he bought 600 acres at a sheriff's sale in Franklin, Ohio in 1805. And he didn't build the house that we live in, although the house and and the barn are on the National Register. But his son, John, is the one who built our house that we reside, which was built in 1863. So I think that, you know, this tractor represents the farming history, certainly, of our township, but it's still by many people being viewed as, you know, a farm community. It's an important part of our history, and I think it needs to be reflected in what we do in terms of whatever branding we come up with. Not that, you know, I'm not saying, but we don't want to do away with farms. I do not want Harlem Township to become Genoa Township or New Albany. Those are not the kind of developments that I want to see here. And I don't think the community does either. It represents the rural nature of the township, and that's what our community has repeatedly, because this is the fourth time we've done a strategic plan that I've been involved with.
Yeah.
And every time they say the same thing: maintain the rural atmosphere
Mhm.
that we have. We don't want to see it go away. They don't, that doesn't mean that they have to all remain farms. But we can do development in such a way that we don't just have a string of houses built on each road. That's why I brought it.
I appreciate it, Dora.
Mhm. That's cool.
I brought thread for lots of reasons. Thread's very functional, very utilitarian. It connects us to the past. It connects us to each other. This is really old. It was my grandmother's and it still works-ish. It's cotton, I'm sure. And the other thing is that it can be used by hand in an old-fashioned way. It can be stuck on a machine and be used in a new way, in a more technologically advanced way. So it kind of represents the mix and all the things.
Past president.
Mhm. What was your name? Maureen, I'm sorry.
All right, and I'll go next.
Plus
Molly. And I brought this lantern because I felt that it sort of kind of reminded me of the more traditional, olden times, which we have the farming past and it's an old township, and I was just like, you know what, this kind of reminds me of the heritage that I see here. But the reason I thought it was cool was because for me, I also see this as like a guiding light. And I know kind of in some of the more recent meetings, we've been talking about how Harlem Township has this opportunity to really do something amazing with the planning and the development that we're doing, knowing that we're on kind of the cusp of development and being able to form it and do things the way that we want to do them. And so I forget if it was you, John, or someone else who said it, but like we could kind of be like a guiding light for other townships that might see opportunities to forge their own future. So a guiding light for the future, and kind of like hearkening. It's all dusty because I don't dust my mantle ever, apparently.
Lights are bright.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like a guiding light, but also just seems very antique-y.
All right. For those of you that I haven't met, I'm Louis Greenwell. And I brought a rocking chair.
Gosh, you did. Figured that somebody brought a bike wheel once, and that was the biggest item. You officially have the biggest
So
item.
this is a handmade rocking chair that
Nice.
it's a replica of a chair that my father built this chair. And he modeled it after a chair that might have been his grandfather or great grandfather or something. And I brought it because it's handmade. And to me, it kind of represents, it's handmade, it's old, like us. It represents, kindness, kind of an easy way of life. If we like you, we'll have you sit down with us and stay a while, which is kind of like Harlem. If we like you, you can stay a while.
There's our tagline.
Liking
will
if you like it.
Tagline. Our job's over.
It's friendly, it's relaxed, and it just kind of makes me feel like, kind of feels like home. When you're in a rocking chair, you're relaxed and comfortable and you're at ease. And so that's what I bought the chair. And it kind of represents the type of business. If we get the chance to recruit businesses to come to Harlem, businesses that would make something like this that can be passed down from it's multi-generational, just like Harlem is multi-generational. Can be passed down as an heirloom to future generations. Things like businesses that can make things like this would be awesome to have in our township.
So
So
what would be a really good tag?
made in Harlem would be an awesome.
Made in Harlem.
And that URL is available. Madeinharlem.com.
Can we build a
Or
little
.org,
bit,
or
the
.org.
slower, simpler thing? The
That
slower,
was cool.
simpler, I think that's.
Yeah, that's the thing of it. I think it's important to note this lantern is also not like a Target find. I got this from a Renaissance festival, so
Yeah.
it's also
It's big in China.
Yeah. This is some kind of artisan craft as well.
And this practice wasn't made yesterday.
Yeah. The book
Yeah.
probably ends them too.
So like
Yeah.
handmade, handcrafted kind of seems to be a theme.
Didn't point out that
The
I
book
actually
people.
found that on the property.
Stuck in the bottom.
It's an address label.
Yeah, it was,
Were you metal detecting?
It's like.
no, just digging a hole,
Digging a hole without.
plant a tree.
Sorry, I really didn't bring anything, because I was, when I saw it, that all day today I was with the grandkids.
That's right.
What I was thinking is more like what I'm thinking of Harlem, because we do communications, we do dinners for the community. And like sitting here, we're talking, and that's what we do, then we tell people to come. And I think that's what it is too, showing that we care for the community and we want to, and tell them to, come and enjoy your neighbors.
Like a dinner table, like everybody sitting around a dinner table.
Yeah, that's right. They come in, they sit and talk for hours before, even like pancake breakfast, they were there for a couple hours, some of them, so.
That reminds me of him saying like, come sit on the porch and say what.
Right, come and enjoy this dinner, enjoy your friends, get to meet your neighbors. There's a lot that I found that one person said, I didn't know we had pancake breakfast. I go, what? And you lived here so long? Yeah, but it's just that, we're trying to educate the people that we're here. That's what the Heritage Group is trying to do. So,
Yeah.
and again, like we communicate with the Harlem Township, the Harlem Days, as we call them in August. We did that. We work with the church to do things for the fun festival. Now comes Winter in the Park. So
Lots of ways people can gather together.
we try to do that. That's what I think we need to do to keep the people here. And I'll bring more in if they get them to, to join and do things, so. Thank you. Go, Dave.
I'm Dave Snyder. Mike and I were working this afternoon, recording some stuff on his barn, and we didn't talk at all about this. We didn't share any ideas
No, we didn't.
about what we were gonna do, but.
Toy tractor.
Modern tractor.
Yes.
Toy farm tractor. I think toys and creativity sort of come together for me. I think that's one of the joys of being a kid, I guess. But creativity is really important as we move forward, being a community. We're not here to try to hold back tides that are going to wash away sandcastles. We're here to use our energy to make new things happen that help us all find happy place to be. I'm John. So I have a map of Harlem Township. You may have seen this map before, it's probably on our walls. What I find interesting about this map is that there are names people on portions of property.
And I would imagine that when this map was made, just about all these people knew each other. There weren't that many. of them. And they weren't spending time on the internet or working in Columbus. They were all probably working out here, maybe in Johnstown or Walden. But it speaks to a different, slower time where this was less populated. And I can look at a name on this map and see Stephen Thompson, and I live where Stephen Thompson used to live, and on the farm that he used to farm, his daughter-in-law actually, his great daughter-in-law actually sold us the property. And so I think there's a tradition that says that we shouldn't tear down ancient landmarks. Stephen's farm, his house, his barns are gone, his house is gone. There's one little building that's still standing. I don't know what it was used for.
It's like a mill building.
It could have been, yeah, that the
Yeah.
current owner
Yeah.
preserved
Right,
and preserved very well,
nicely.
which I think is great. So there you have a house that was built just a few years ago on the Thompson farm that preserved an element of that farm for posterity's sake. And so while we want to be thinking about the future, I think we want to be branding with an eye toward the past. Don't tear down the ancient landmarks. And honor these people that have gone before us and on whose foundation we're building. I think that's very important.
Angela, I have one
Yes.
more, actually. Another member of the communications committee that couldn't be here tonight, she emailed me and said, if I could be here, this is what I would bring. So she says a handmade quilt. So our township is
my
like
friends.
a handmade quilt because it's made up of each different piece, but it's stitched together with care and tradition and community spirit. So, and hard work as well. Hand making a quilt is hard work. So she said, bound by community and rooted in the land, our township is like a living quilt because we're woven together with hard work, heart, and heritage, and we're many pieces that are woven together into one community through tradition.
Hard work, heart, and heritage.
Mhm.
That's nice.
Hard work, heart, and heritage. That is nice.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for that. The words, the emotion, the passion that you all have. It may not seem like it, but that was an incredibly helpful conversation for us. I was telling Addison on the way here, I said, I heard the word neighbors probably in the 4 or 5 times that I've been up here, I've heard the word neighbors from people in this community. Probably 35, 40, 50 times in those conversations. Neighbors is a very important thing here. And so I was glad to hear that tonight too, because Addison would have called me out on the way home. Didn't hear the word neighbors. So glad somebody said it. I would like to go around again. Maybe we'll just go the opposite way. And your other piece of homework was to bring an idea of a brand that you admire in the world. So, for example, one of mine, probably no surprise to you guys, is Disney. To me, is an amazing brand. And part of the reason they're such a great brand is because the people that work for them are so bought into their brand. And that's what we want this community to feel, right? Is that we want them to feel like they are part of whatever brand we come up with. And Disney does a great job. If you ask anybody what they do at Disney, they'll say, we make magic. Everywhere they go, they make magic. And I love that because I've experienced that brand. They live that brand, right? Like I've taken my kids there and I have felt the magic. And I think that's a really important element of the brands that they do live it. John, what brand do you admire?
I would have to go with Apple, I think. I know that's.
No, that's okay. They're amazing for a reason.
Is that an iPhone?
In a short time, it's become iconic, and yet it communicates quality in simplicity. Apple's branding it's not complex. It's as simple as an apple. And I know when I purchase that product, my experience, I'm gonna get a quality. And it fosters loyalty to that brand. That's not original.
It's, no,
Then they have iPod, iPhone, iPad, iWatch,
Right.
iMac, like they
you
all.
know what it is if it's got an eye in front of it, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a brand that you admire?
Preservation. National Historic Preservation Act, the National Park Service. I sort of flipped a coin. I was gonna bring Smokey Bear.
Oh, that's
the
okay.
toy.
I'm a big fan of Smokey Bear.
So, but I think it's. What I admire is just having something that is logical, rational, and foundational.
And Smokey's like 80 years old now. They're like 80.
Stands the test of time.
Yeah, yeah. And he still knows my kids' names at the state fair when we walk up. And my 18 and 16-year-olds have no idea how the magic of Smokey happens, and they have to get their picture taken still every single year.
You just skipped me. I haven't really thought of it.
That's fine, that's fine. Louis?
Probably it was a tie between the rocking chair and the other thing that I was thinking about bringing, but it wouldn't have worked. It was too big. I've got a collection of National Geographics
Oh, that's
that go
great.
back to the 1920s. I don't have every issue, but it takes up pretty much a whole wall in my office. And that brand, that's a brand that I've really been passionate about since I was probably in grade school. I started reading that magazine and just fell in love with maps, became a geographer, and just really have always loved that magazine. So that's probably the one I would go with.
And it's not one that I've heard before. Which is really cool, yeah.
Different.
I'm gonna go with Coca-Cola because they're just so iconic and their branding, their like script and logo has like hardly changed in 100+ years. So they really picked something and have, stuck with it and made it work even through like times when, a cursive font might not have been the trendy thing, right? But they didn't like rebrand. I don't think like significantly at all. Like there might be little tweaks here and there, but they really have been one of the most consistently, timeless brands across generations.
I mean, John Deere, National Geographic, I mean, they've not changed, right? And that's a good brand stands the test of time, right? Good branding will take you through trends and all the things that change, still relevant and still good. So that's a great example.
I like LL Bean.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because obviously I like well-made things and you can always count on it to be well-made. You just know it's gonna be quality materials, quality workmanship, and it's gonna last a really long time. So you don't have to just keep buying the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry to take that.
That's okay. I'll think of like another way to
Okay.
say.
Well, I could have said Guinness because that's another one.
That's another one too.
The other thing with LL Bean is that it's all sporty and outdoorsy, which I think is you can wear the clothing that is purposeful. Is purposeful school. Yeah,
Like practical.
yeah, functional, purposeful. It works for. Okay, sorry.
Well, the brand that I thought of was Costco.
Oh, yeah. that's a good
And
one.
simply because, I know it's not a really old time brand, but they've used their name. But to me, they represent, the kind of service that we want to have from a large company like that.
Mhm.
So many companies these days, you don't get the kind of service that you can get at Costco. You really don't. I've been very pleased. I've been a member for, well, I don't remember now exactly how long. So it's not that old of a company and it's new in our area. But I rely on the service, I believe that when I buy a product there, if it is unsatisfactory in any way, they're going to take it back.
Mhm.
They're not going to give me a hard time about returning it. They never have. And they are Also, someone mentioned earlier about, the employees. The employees at Costco are all very positive about the company and the treatment that they receive from their employer, which is also kind of a rarity these days, especially with these large companies, that they don't provide that kind of support. Employees and they don't have the kind of feeling that these employees seem to have that corporation. That's it.
I was gonna say, I think Costco is known for having, treating their employees well and paying them well and
Yeah.
having them stay longer because of that. So kind of goes back to the
They
sense
don't have
of,
the turnover.
yeah, kind of goes back to the sense of community.
What's the
Great
vision
point.
image that should come to my mind when I think of Costco?
Just their name, they just have a red box block font. That
Yeah,
kind of,
they do.
And it's like
It's
slightly
italic,
italic, right?
and there's a couple of blue lines with it, kind of
Okay.
movement.
I'm not. Good.
Good. Like I
Except,
said, they use COs, I mean, they use their name Costco, but I mean,
It's
to me,
bold.
very recognizable, of course, because
except for my former boss who raked me up and down the coal, raked me over the coals for wearing this coat that I said I got from Costco. And he said, "Why are you giving to the Chinese Navy?" And I didn't know what he was talking about at the time. That's COSCO. not
Okay.
COST.
Oh, I see.
So I set him straight, but yeah.
They do.
Anyway, my brand,
Mhm.
Pioneer.
Yes.
Pioneer, and the reason I say that, having grown up in Wayne County originally, living down here 41 years, but Pioneer represented, and I had a friend whose father had a Pioneer seed corn business. He raised the seed corn to distribute and sold to farmers, but it was something that was done locally to supply locally to benefit agriculture. And it still is in business today, but they were a very family-oriented business. And his son, who took over the business when his father retired, and then he passed away, unfortunately, from cancer. But Pioneer put on a beautiful funeral for him with a casket draped in corn.
Oh,
Wow.
Corn sheaths, and we went to the funeral, but yeah, it represents your world at the best you can possibly find, contributing, to the whole rural enterprise. Yeah.
But it's science-based too, because they do a lot of test fields and stuff like that. It's science-based too. It's not like,
Right.
it's really good seeds because they're all tested
Yeah.
in fields where
Yeah.
they sell them, so.
And they grew the seed in Ohio to
Mhm.
provide to Ohio farmers, so
Yeah.
they kept everything
So
together.
these are the signs that I see at the in corn rows.
Yeah.
What's the Pioneer logo?
I'm sorry?
What's the Pioneer logo?
It's a.
Wow. Corn.
It's a bird.
It's,
a diamond, almost like a
yeah, I'm
triangle
trying to
without a
think
top on
now.
it and then corn in the middle.
I was
Yeah.
wondering that too, John, because I
Yeah.
couldn't
I
visualize.
know what you're talking about, but I can't visualize the logo.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Pioneer first. I was thinking the sound system.
Oh, did you?
Let's rock
I still go to the farm science review and look at all the best corn.
John buys a lot of seeds.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
It's yellow.
I wanted to add something to L Bean as well as the high quality and the practicality of it, which were another one of my favorite things. What I like about it is that if you say LL Bean to somebody, you know what they're picturing in their head. They're picturing the outdoors, hiking boots, plaid. So I think that makes a good brand, and that's what I admire about them. And in addition, people feel a sense of kind of belonging, that they belong to a group because they like LL Bean. I like LL Bean, which means you identify me as liking the outdoors and fishing and hiking. So I think that also makes a good brand, that it's a way that people can identify themselves in a certain group And
Community.
kind of have a community around it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
It's relatable.
very relatable.
Awesome. Thank you all very much. So now I'm gonna ask you to grab, there's some Post-it notes there. You can use those. If you have paper, you can use those. If you need a pen, let me know. We'll get you one.
Yeah, I didn't bring one.
Okay.
Up there on,
My purse is fresh up.
Leaving tomorrow, flying on Spirit as a person.
Oh, don't talk to me on Spirit.
Don't say anything to me about it.
So our next activity,
it just
I'm
looks
gonna ask you to put aside the like tangible stuff that we've been talking about, the tractors and the quilts and the rocking chairs and things. I want you to think about emotions, feelings, and moods. When someone hears Harlem Township, what mood or feeling or emotion do you want them to feel when they hear that? Should they be feeling joy? Should they be feeling nostalgia? Should they be feeling sorrow? Should they be feeling pride? What do you want people to feel when they hear Harlem or they see a Harlem Township sign when they're driving into our community? How should they feel? And you can write down as many emotions and feelings as you want, and then we're gonna go around. And I'll give you.
Do we write more than one?
You can write, no, you don't have, that's just for you to use however you want, so I'm not gonna take them from you.
Got it.
Yeah, just wanted to provide some paper. If you- Okay, I'm gonna ask you to pick your favorite one. And we're not gonna repeat, so if you have the same as someone else, when they say it, just say, hey, I have that too, and I'll just add a little +1 to the word. Well, let's start with you down there. What's your favorite?
I've got one that nobody used,
What's that?
gumption.
Ooh, gumption.
Gumption.
I like that word. That's a good one. That's a good one. What do you?
I'm thinking warm environment, you know.
I had warmth. I had
Who else has warmth?
Warmth.
How many do we got?
Three plus
plus
three.
three.
Plus three.
+3. All right.
Like bingo.
What's your favorite one that you broke down?
Relaxing.
Got it.
I put calm, so that's
Okay, relaxing, calm. We'll put those together.
Oh, we got another
I have comfortable, so it's very close.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah, I had
4. +4.
I had comfort too.
Oh,
Oh, +5. That's a big one. Okay,
Comfort.
love it. John,
Belonging.
Got it.
got +1 on belonging.
That's a
Belongs,
oh,
Those
+2
two.
on belonging.
All
+2.
right,
not longing, belong.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Lindsay, what you got?
This might not be the right word, but I wrote envy because okay,
I thought that, but it sounded kind of
I
negative.
mean in the sense of like someone's like, where do you live? I was like, oh, I live in Highland Township. They're like, oh, I love it over there. I wish I
I
lived.
kind of thought like wonder or awe, sort of. Is that
Ah.
like
Wishful.
Yeah, I thought.
So we have wait, so in wishful, so you mean like I wish I lived in it. So we have at least +3, I think.
I had that too, yeah.
yeah, like
Okay.
wonder, awe, and inspiration, kind of. Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
You envy
I have-
someone, you
go ahead.
aspire.
Yeah.
So the positive side is to be aspirational.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all very similar when we've got a +4.
Does cozy go up with calm and relaxing and comfortable?
Sure.
Yeah.
How about friendly?
That's friendly, I think might be.
What about participation,
Okay, I like that.
which they can when they move here? There's activities and organizations they can belong to.
Okay.
openness. That means, with regard to the people as well as the countryside.
Yeah.
Like welcome.
Welcome.
Yes.
Anybody else have welcome or welcoming or?
I had the entire musical number be our guest from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I mean, the whole mood of that song. Does anyone know that the song's supposed to be like it's just.
Oh, dear.
What about accessibility?
Yeah.
Accessibility, you said?
And then-
Accessibility because Harlem Township is not too far from other shopping centers, you know, that you can get to. You're not 100 miles away from the nearest store.
Who else had home? Raise your hand if you had home.
I said like love the scenery.
Oh. I also put safe.
That's an important one. Anybody else have safe?
No, we're gonna add it now. Do want people to feel safe here.
Yeah.
What other words aren't on here that you have?
We have safety down or safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
safe.
That was already there because of our
How about pride?
very safe surroundings.
We got
We had
pride.
pride.
Yeah, pride +1.
That's your,
Lingering, the sense of timelessness and lingering
Okay.
and just being suspended and I don't know how to.
Peaceful or
Yeah.
fulfilled.
Yeah,
Is the word.
yeah.
Peaceful or fulfilled.
how about pleasurable?
Pleasurable.
Yeah, that was Dave.
Feel pleasure when I come into Harlem Township.
Any other
Say
words?
the Midwest goodbye, you know,
Yeah, the Midwest. Good.
Midwest goodbye,
Just never ends.
never ending. Yeah,
Hard
just
working.
linger. Hard working.
I had perseverance also, but that might also be hard work.
That's kind of like focused is what I have.
Dave, you had focused
Borderline stubborn.
borderline stuff.
Like
Yeah,
you.
focused, hardworking. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. Family friendly.
Make you work. So what's the emotion you get when you achieve something? You know, that.
Rewarding.
Yeah.
Rewarding,
Rewarding.
fulfilling, gratifying.
Gratifying.
I think that we want
Hungry.
people to, as we develop, experience excellence and beauty,
Mm.
and intentionality goes along with that.
Something we haven't said yet is I wrote joy or excitement in the terms of when somebody's like, oh, I love going over there. It's one of my favorite places.
Okay, I have gumption, warmth, relaxing, calm, cozy, comfortable, belonging, wonder, awe, envy, aspirational, wishful, friendly, participation, openness, spelled wrong, sorry, welcome, home, accessibility, focused, love the scenery, safe, recharged, perseverance, intentionality, pleasurable, hardworking, beauty, be our guest, family friendly, pride, timelessness, lingering, people, build, gratifying, excellence, restful. Anything else?
The word, not recreation, but recreation,
Recreation.
to go along with restful. So amusement means not to think. So you go to an amusement park so that you don't have to think, but you go out into nature to be recreated. So a truly recreational experience.
Revitalization, revitalizing, yeah, refreshing.
I'm wondering why we don't have the word natural up there.
Well, we can put it up there. Anything else?
I didn't have it written down. I did have.
That's
No, I
okay.
did have it written down.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
All right, anything else before we go to our next activity? Okay, our next one, you guys like toys, so you're gonna like this one. Okay. Now, sometimes I have people play with Legos and build the community of the future, but we did not bring Legos tonight, but I did bring crayons.
Okay.
So you're gonna pair up
Thank you.
into twos.
Okay.
And
I don't know. I could maybe,
there.
Box of grin.
we have an odd number, I think, so
Yeah.
Do we have an odd?
I think we do.
an odd.
Okay.
I'm the oddball.
All right, you want to come do, I'm gonna, we can do a three, if we wanna do a three, or somebody can do one on their own.
Yeah, either in the corner.
So here's, oh dear, here's what you're gonna do.
All right.
You are going to agree as a pair. And you're going to vote on your crayons. And with your crayons, and the way you're going to vote is if you think that those colors should represent Harlem Township, for sure, you put them in the yes box.
So we take our crayons out.
Take the crayons out.
Okay.
You're gonna make 3 piles. One's gonna be your yes, absolutely, this is Harlem,
Oh,
this is our color. One is gonna be absolutely not, this is a terrible color. We should not use it in anything for Harlem Township. And the last is maybe.
Just do it on my own.
And it's
That way you have more
possible
opinions.
that you like one color of blue and you hate a different color of blue, or you like one of the oranges and hate one of them, and that's okay. And if you can't decide, it goes in the maybe, but you have to use all of your crayons. All of your crayons have to go at least one box.
Is a yes and no and a maybe?
Yes, no, and maybe.
I think we both have those. That's yeses. Okay.
And I'll put them.
Put them
I'm gonna-
in. We can always get them out of the way.
I am just building them how to, so you can kind of gather them and know.
You know.
We have crayons.
I
don't think that's really background.
Uh-huh.
That's just me.
Yeah. If you use that as like a, well.
Okay.
So because so.
Do you think the spring color represents Harlem Township more than the green?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Between the two, no, I think green.
Definitely.
Just
About
So we know for sure.
some sort of green.
Yeah.
Well, these you did.
Yeah, yeah. it's around.
Arm.
But
I think what imagery comes to
Like black and white blue. So we do aspire.
Represents fall colors. If you look at the
Yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, actually, I was thinking soil, so we.
You see that?
Either of them is accenting.
It's like the only true brown shade. Yes, we've got some black and gray. Yeah. Yes.
I can see. yeah.
On the lime green.
This makes me think of
Signs, the township.
doesn't make you think of a barn.
And then it's
There-
pretty
there's-
great.
But so that.
Thinking fluttering.
This one is a
And
little
I'm not
bit,
sure about this.
it's not bad.
Great.
It's like barnish.
It's red.
Looks like me.
Yes.
It's red. And
That's.
this one's also.
So you like these?
But.
I can think about it, Greg.
Blues look almost.
You?
Oh, there's like this
Tree.
Brighter.
It's a brighter.
Yes,
sign, so
certainly.
they put up-
That's just.
Like-
White
You want us to
tends
put it in the
I
box?
think to me, white is like mauve.
No, there's,
White
Yeah,
is-
yeah,
This is
white.
another-
yeah,
No, let's-
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say no.
oh, blue-green.
Yeah, and I don't think they're black or gray.
It's clean, it's brown.
Other than just
Yeah,
like a.
yeah.
I don't like, I don't want.
Yeah,
This
that
baby.
White
It's actually.
It's like a-
Like
Yeah.
this red,
Okay.
Representative.
but-
Okay.
Like, then we gotta
That one
break it
there.
down.
That's just a lights.
Let's
Like
see.
this
We have
orange,
to
this
also-
orange.
Yep, we're gonna separate our colors.
That's no.
So we-
Then this.
Yeah, I think you do
Maybe,
it.
huh?
Well, this,
So everything we want.
these are all the ones that, yeah. You have to-
We're in agreement.
Yeah.
It doesn't really speak to me.
Is that what she said, Molly?
What? Yes, no, and maybe.
But
Yeah.
they- if I start to want to design a logo.
I'm not trying to.
They should get rid of.
It's, well, black and gray are a little dull.
Because I think it's see times.
Can't get rid of this.
In a way, I think I know.
Yeah.
I like the darker green instead of that green.
You can't get rid of yellow.
Okay.
You might want to send.
These are our two yes.
I'll leave it for. No, to me, that's like,
Green.
And then this is an actual.
No, we didn't get rid of any greens.
This is a green blue.
Especially the.
This is a green, blue green. Yeah.
it makes me think like
Green.
construction code
Yellow.
and stuff.
And we got a lot of them.
I know that's true. Do we want to be
Yes.
associated with construction?
I think this one is.
Oh, well, see, now we got it, we got it.
Yeah.
It's
the
the-
baby, this
I
one.
don't-
Yeah, they kind of like.
Lighter.
The real
Okay,
green.
are we saying orange is out?
Orange is out.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
So
say.
you see a brown.
Do we,
Because
like
I
either
think,
red?
you know, we did good with
Some of
that
these.
nice red. That looked like a barn.
This is a red.
Yeah.
I just.
Are these blue?
But yeah,
So I didn't write that down.
We've got blue, different shades of blue.
This is yours. Oh, this one's more.
Blue.
That, maybe.
Let's see if any of these are, okay, these are all different
This one is in the
variations.
Yeah,
of blue.
this is.
These make me think of
This is
like,
red.
And vile.
it's like, this makes me think of like.
I think.
No, it's just red.
That's red. And then we have just a violet.
This is a blue jean community when you think about it.
I like that.
Red, greens, blues.
That's good. Maybe a lighter blue.
Like that?
Just where are you?
That would be women's jeans.
Yes.
Wait, I guess I
You know, the
think.
men's jeans.
These are, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? This is like a water, like an ocean,
No,
like a.
But the man just put in the box of it in?
yeah. we
Versus-
personally.
Mix them all up.
Well, one, at least one of.
Yeah,
these.
these are like true blue.
Same thing, the colors there, Molly. Yeah.
We want to hit a denim type of color.
Ooh, that, look at that one.
That would be the denim color right there.
This one right here.
That's what Dave Jackson wore.
I love that.
Okay.
Put him there.
That goes right along with this.
Okay.
Too much.
You got your definitely.
Yeah.
This is.
Let's see.
I guess for the rest of the blues.
We drop them into the box.
Oh,
Those through there.
yeah, number one, you're supposed to be in. Yes, no, or maybe.
Yes, that
Let's see. I'm seeing what they're really like. That one is Close. This one, though, that I colored earlier is almost.
There's a nose.
That's like.
That's no.
Yeah, it is. Just-
No, for
Yes.
purple. We've already discussed
We
purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
and This
This
is.
is no.
So we're saying this is.
Yeah, we're saying no there.
I'm not trying to do this back.
Have fun,
No,
buddy.
sort them out later.
Are they done?
Those are yeses. And then those are.
That would be me. I lay them on the kitchen, in the
Okay.
kitchen, and then when I want to take a break, I just go and sort a couple colors.
Mindless amusement.
It took like, I just did this activity with the city of Lancaster 2 weeks ago, and I just finished sorting the orange and red
No,
ones today.
alright.
Because I do a little bit
Okay,
at a
these are
time.
nose.
Nose.
Nice and relaxed.
Okay.
And if we've got all the others, they could.
And then when it's done.
Nose.
we're
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
Now that all back together, yeah.
At least they're not like the 96 pack.
Yeah.
Like starting the second guess. That's the right one.
You start designing a
Definitely,
logo
make
or
it building.
something like that, you're gonna need. some
Everybody
colors.
good?
Yes.
Okay, I'll grab the boxes.
White. We like, do we like?
I don't know, Should be an emotional response or should we? Don't- Great.
Well
So
done.
you stayed home in the colors.
Yes.
It's
Like a mixture of white color.
So,
Yeah.
we're gonna look at the yeses, the yeses, because, sometimes it's really cool to just look at them
They do it.
all together and see the pretty palette that they made. And what we do with this is we show this to our designer and and it inspires her based on the colors that are here to create a primary color palette for the brand. And then a secondary. So some of these colors may be used as one or two of them as like the main colors of your brand. And then maybe when we need a pop of color, we say, okay, well, we're gonna use this kind of a yellow, or we're gonna use this kind of an orange. And so when we get done with everything, you'll have your main colors. So let's say John Deere. John Deere, most of the time when you see, you're gonna see the green and the gold, right? But every once in a while, when they do materials, they may have a blue, or they may have an orange, but those colors are designated ahead of time. So it's not just throwing those supplemental colors in. They're part of a bigger palette. And so then,
I mean, I guess that's true, because when I think about my company, like Abbott, we have like a main like blue.
Yes.
And then like an accent, but then there's like all these other colors that you
Yes.
can use in your PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly.
Just like with Pepsi or,
Yep.
so that's your yeses, and then here's your maybes. So the other thing that we like to do, the reason we like having the maybes is because you'll see commonalities between the yeses and the maybes, and where those cross over, that means people wouldn't hate it if we used them, right? So we've got brown, I see a lot of browns, I see a lot of blues, I see a
Looks
little
very similar, actually.
oranges, yeah,
They look
some
very
greens,
similar.
right? So that tells me that we're like kind of all in the same mindset when we're thinking about the earthy tones, things of the land. Like this is what I see when I'm not surprised, right? But that's what I see. So, and then there's no one has pink at all. And yes or maybe. So we won't use pink.
There's some of the like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
If that one's ours, we thought
Not
that
like the
that
bubble
looked like a barn to us.
It's violet red.
Yeah.
So we'll take pictures of these before we go. We'll leave these here for right now, but
I want to see what the nose look like. Can you just pour me?
oh yeah, sure. It's the nose.
Oh,
Blacks.
lots of purples.
Purples, pinks, peaches. There's a lot of peaches.
Africa.
Yeah. In the know.
I grabbed, I didn't need to. I noticed the grays in there too.
Yeah, the gray's in there. Anybody, oh no, here's a
There's
gray.
one gray and the maybe.
Pinks, a lot of pinks and purples are in here and
Oh, there's a
blue.
Charcoal. Charcoal. I just not give you that no box and you can.
Here's a sticker that ones that put white in.
Yeah, they do, no.
There's two whites and
Great. So you gather the yes and then.
Yeah, we took pictures of them already.
Okay,
so-
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
You find people. I see a lot what you got in your hand, is it's things I put in background. And then I start creating on top of that things, so I'm adjusting background depending on what's going in.
Mhm.
So the colors I like, the yes things,
Mhm.
the ones I want to stand out against something.
Sure, absolutely. That's a great way to think of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's the primary logo or whatever, primary colors.
Okay, so we're on to our next activity, and this one is fairly similar to the mood, except it's tangible.
Okay.
What I want to hear from you guys are there things that are really important from a imagery, picture, landmark, things that you would want to see from a physical standpoint represented in any branding that we would do? So for example, a brick or a tree, or is there a landmark in the community that everybody rallies around? We have in Lancaster, we have a fountain in the middle of our square. And if you showed that fountain to anybody in Lancaster, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's Lancaster, right?
Oh.
Are there things like that here? Are there images that come to your mind? And when you think of those, you think of Harlem, aside from maybe things we've talked about already with tractors and
Are we supposed to give it out verbally?
yeah, give it to me verbally. I'm gonna write it up here. So you can shout it out.
Duncan Run.
What's that?
Duncan Run.
Duncan Run.
Friends versus the township. Matter of fact, we use that somewhere.
Duncan Run.
There it is.
Bike ride.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Duncan Run, yeah.
That's Duncan Road.
Oh, yeah,
Corn stalk.
yeah.
Trees.
Trees.
I saw you had the 7th largest white oak tree back there at one point in time. I think
That's pretty
in Sugar Grove, we had one of the largest. It wasn't like but maybe it was like it might have been the 8th. We played, our marching band played a big concert there to commemorate the big tree in the middle of town, so.
That's cool.
Horses.
Barnyards.
Silo.
Yeah, or silo.
Yeah.
Horses?
Yeah. There's quite a bit of
Yeah.
equestrian stuff, because don't we have a polo
And-
club here?
Yes.
Yes, it's like
And
tucked in.
one of the, we
on
would
Harlem.
love to see those preserved, all those equestrian uses preserved.
Oh.
I'm gonna move here.
So don't take her away from me.
We
What
could
else?
say park,
I was thinking of the park.
community park.
Park.
Focal point for many activities.
A hay bale.
Round or square?
Probably round.
Prairie flower.
I prefer square, but no way.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Wildflowers. Wild mustard in the spring.
Oh,
Yeah, the
I did too.
Oh, I like seeing the yellow ones and the purple,
Yeah.
I know what they are, but right now that's what's coming to mind for fall.
yes, the asters.
Yeah.
Asters definitely in fall and goldenrod
Goldenrod, that's what I was thinking about, yeah.
and chicory or cornflower and Queen Anne's lace. There's a lot. I've found
Okay, no one else is saying it. How about chickens?
Chicken.
I mean, I see them running around the people's yard, and luckily they're not going out their road.
Farmhouse with a big porch.
Yeah. Four square.
Oh, yes.
With a rocker.
A rocking
Good
chair.
chair.
Or a little porch swing.
A rocking chair slash porch swing.
Either would suffice.
Gable roofs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like flat roofs. I certainly don't want to see those apartment buildings with those flat roofs. that-
I don't like that.
Oh, I think they're horrible.
They
Not
look
a
fine.
picture of all of us sitting here.
They do. I mean, it's just different. It's an area.
Oh,
Yeah, I think like the Gothic architecture, there, we had a beautiful Gothic that's not there anymore.
Like the pillars?
No, Gothic is where you have the very pointed roof with the gingerbread on.
Oh.
Mike,
Yeah, that's
our image.
the image, yeah. Planting a tree.
Yeah, the tree, yeah.
With the tree, yeah.
Are there any
Little
elements of
sprout.
history of the community that
Have a tractor. You know, in the field doing.
Oh, yeah, nice.
anything with I saw some Civil War artifacts back here. anything with the Revolutionary War, anything like that, that would be meaningful here?
Well, cemeteries.
Cemetery, yeah.
Cemetery,
Oh,
they're full of
yeah.
them, right, yeah.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Soldiers are buried in their cemetery.
Mhm.
Revolutionary War.
Anything else?
Ponds.
Oh, definitely. Pond.
Pond.
Ponds.
Ponds.
And
Well, they have a
small
pond in the
lakes.
water spray.
Accessory structures. They're everywhere.
I like accessory structures.
Like everyone's detached garages and barns and stuff.
They are.
Chicken houses.
Somebody's selling a lot of those, big,
Anything else?
shed things right now.
Okay, so I have just two more things that we're gonna do, but then the next one is one where you kind of get to give your opinion about what this logo and branding should and should not be. This is our must and must not activity. It must do this and it must not do that. And so we can start with whichever one you want to start with. But I'm gonna kind of separate the paper here into two, and we're gonna go back and forth so you can say whatever's on your mind. This is kind of your speak now or forever hold your peace moment. If you came here tonight thinking this logo better do this, this brand better do this, or this brand better not have this in there, I'm gonna be really mad. This is kind of your chance.
Warehouses, no.
Okay,
Let's
gotcha.
not be harsh. Or like industrial looking.
Which goes with your warehouses.
Yeah, yeah.
Must not mimic any other ones around us. Like I would want it to be unique. I wouldn't want it to look like Genoa's or
So
look like
therefore it must
New
be
Albany's.
unique.
Unique, yes.
Yes, it must be unique.
Large scale industry.
Must not include that.
Must not large scale.
To the degree possible, it must be meaning dash FULL capitalized,
Meaningful.
meaningful. To the degree possible in the logo.
I agree with that. That's why we're here tonight, so that it packs that.
I think it must be obvious. We shouldn't have to explain it, what it is.
And I would want it to be recognizable.
Mhm.
And
See it reflect nature.
To that point, it must invoke an image in your mind of Harlem.
Or a feeling.
Or a feeling.
Yeah.
I would say though, but must not be like overly complex.
Yeah.
Cause you would want it to be simple to reproduce, simple to.
Say something needs to be able to be
So it must
embroidered
be
on a
simple.
shirt.
Yeah, like
On
if
a
it's
pen,
some kind of
yeah,
like really
100%,
complex logo with artistry that you can't like.
Well, and everybody talks about the Cracker Barrel rebrand, and I guarantee you the reason the Cracker Barrel rebrand happened, they could say whatever they wanted, but it was too hard for them to put on uniforms anymore.
Yeah.
And it costs too much money to embroider that
Yeah.
barrel and old guy, right? Like that was a lot of detail in a.
Yeah.
So you could talk about all the other pieces of it you want, but I looked at it from that perspective. I'm like, oh, that's a lot cheaper to make.
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper to embroider and print.
So, if it must not be overly complex, it must be simple.
You guys are like the best group I've ever done this with. You're like actually like doing what I wanted. Perfect.
Naturally.
That's great.
I'm not sure I wanna see, trash cans, garbage, recycling. As part of the logo, but somehow, I think. It starts to look like one of those. Towns built for movies back in Western movie days where everything was just a facade. So I don't want it. It needs to be real, but
There we go.
the idea of something that is. I don't know.
Gimmicky.
Fake, gimme, yeah.
Yeah, not gimmicky.
Not a
Not.
gimmick.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Right.
Well, I think timeless, it must be.
Yeah, timeless, yeah, nothing too trendy that's gonna look dated.
Right, right.
Like everybody putting sliding barn doors for their bathrooms in their houses, like why? Just why?
I have one in my house. Because if I didn't, it would open into a kitchen.
If there's practical or like reasons, but if you're just doing it because you think it's cool, like no.
No, is what
So,
works.
so we clearly don't see a lot of words
No.
because that gets complex, right?
Mhm.
So not wordy,
Was there a difference between like
so
the,
it's image laden.
So it's an icon.
is this
rather than a
exercise for like
Yes,
like a
yes.
logo or like the brand as a whole? And
All of them, both of them, brand and the visual identity, and then sort of like how we wrap things around that.
Yeah, because there could be places where your brand appears where it has more words to
Yes.
it.
right,
And other
like a
places
motto or
don't.
something.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Like,
yeah,
does Harlem Township have a motto other than just an Ohio community?
no, that's what we need.
Yeah,
That's what
This
we're doing.
group's
this is gonna help come up with that. Nice.
Well, when you think of Abbott, you know, Abbott has the giant blue A,
Mhm.
but then there's sometimes it has a lot
Yeah,
of other kind.
Life to the fullest.
Life to the
Yeah.
fullest.
You know, the picture that you have behind you there, you know, the Harlem Township that flows, things that are flowing, not strictly linear, not all kinds of right angles, sort of thing.
Straightforward.
Natural.
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 Right, not geometric.
So flowing and natural.
You know, bike ride, the bike ride stuff, you're on rolling hills with
Yeah.
along rippling waterways.
Yeah.
Natural.
No. No, there are. You haven't been.
No.
You know, the other thing I'm reading all of the must, and they
That's not
feel like the feelings that you want,
Yes.
right? Like things that are sharp and gimmicky and harsh and industrial aren't very welcoming. They don't feel like home. They don't bring you in. You don't feel part of it. Like it's very interesting to me how that is coalescing. Anything else that it must or must not be? Okay. So we have our kind of final opportunity. If you came here today thinking, I really want to make sure that when we're talking about our brand and our logo for this community, I really, really want it to reflect this, or I really know I want to say this today, and you haven't had a chance to say it, this is your chance. So and if it's something that we've already done and you didn't get your input, that's fine. We can talk about that. If there's something that you've thought of that you haven't shared tonight, this is kind of your free flow opportunity for conversation. So is there anything else that you want to add to the mix of what we talked about tonight?
I think there's a utilitarian kind of functional simplicity rather than pretentiousness or.
Oh, that's great.
You know
We
what I
never
mean?
used
we
that
never
word
put it on
tonight.
this.
Yeah.
We're not pretentious here.
Unpretentious,
Unpretentious.
yeah, because it
great.
really is down home in the most beautiful, quality driven, simple way.
Quality driven and not
Simple.
pretentious.
Yeah.
So, piggyback on that a little bit, so, but you want it to be beautiful.
Beautiful.
So you want beauty and simplicity and the
Exactly.
right kind of lines,
Mhm.
in design. Not, you don't want it to be overly utilitarian or pragmatic or,
Well, that's industrial.
right,
So you're not,
Don't wanna
no,
go
it's a balance between. There are things that, when you think of the arts and crafts movement, for instance, where the line itself is the beauty and the hand, that is handmade, and the wood and the grain and that sort of thing. That feeling of naturalness.
there's a part of the arts and crafts, so when I go into a store and it's got free stuff.
No, we're not,
I don't want-
that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about.
So what are you talking?
Like the beauty in a grain of wood that's been polished for a countertop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beauty.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
the
what
beauty in
made you
in a
a simple.
rock.
When
That
you
you see that.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm.
Copy.
Polished geoid.
Versus
Yes.
if you go to arts and crafts store and it's like,
I'm not,
Just-
I'm talking about the arts and crafts
yeah,
movement.
yeah.
Style.
Which was
Style.
the response to Victorian
that
over
huge
ornate
stuff.
Baroque.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Right.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah.
not what I'm talking
Right.
about. I'm talking about Frank Lloyd
We want the
Wright.
whole township to look like the inside of a cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yeah.
But you,
And not
you know what I'm
cracker.
saying? That's beauty and simplicity. That's absolutely functional, but it's
White water.
absolutely beautiful.
I'm all for that. Let's go to
Okay.
Chicago.
Let's go to Chicago.
Yeah.
I want to say it must not be ostentatious.
Yes.
It's not the same as pretentious, but ostentatious. Better not say that. That might get me in trouble.
I think I got that close.
I see some things.
That's the right
that I
spelling.
haven't
Okay.
done.
That's fine.
Oh.
Those are good.
I need to go home and look it up.
Anything else? Okay, so last activity, last thing of the night. One word. I want you to think of one word to describe Harlem Township. One. We only, not hyphenated, not dash, not, one word to describe this place.
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
I was gonna say home.
Home.
What's my-
Quality.
Natural.
Rural.
Rural.
Quality.
Quality.
Authentic.
Inspirational.
All right, John.
I can't go. Those are all good.
You gotta have one.
I had home, peaceful. I mean, you've got,
Ditto.
Excellent.
You just say
Ditto, ditto.
I like excellent. Excellent.
excellence, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something we
Inclusionary.
aspire to. I don't know that we have met.
Getting there. All of this. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your input. I hope this was fun. I hope you feel like I'm a good use of your time. Our next steps are going to be, Addison and I are actually going to, and we're gonna probably be giving John a call about this. We want to come up and just explore and see and just spend some time here and not have an agenda really other than to just kind of walk around and drive around and see what we see and see what strikes us and what we observe in the community. I mean, I've been here several times, but
Drive around.
I want to get around
Yeah.
is what I want. You know what I mean? Like I want to see your houses. I want to feel what it's like here. I want to walk in the park. I want, all the things.
Get out
Okay.
and walk around the driveways. It smells
The weather's
different in
nicer
different
too.
parts
Yeah,
of the township.
that's- I'm gonna say
It's really interesting. Some of it, like where there's woods, it smells fresh and clean. And then there's other places that don't.
Yeah.
And then
We all have that in our town.
I'm gonna invite you to come up for our
It is.
chili dinner this Friday and see what the people come in and,
This could be warm this week.
4 to 7.
Friday.
This week it should be fun.
I'll be in Florida,
Uh,
very cold Florida with my son looking at colleges and praying he hates
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm leaving for Florida tomorrow. Where
Daytona, Embry-Riddle, and Florida Tech. He wants to be a pilot. So
Now, if you research this community and you find a lot of old houses, you'll find all of them date back to 1902.
Oh,
You know
because the
why?
courthouse burned down.
Courthouse.
That happened. I know.
All the
That's-
rec- You knew about that.
Well, our office has the same thing. It says 1900, but the house was
Yeah,
way before that. But
Yes.
everybody's house.
and
is
many go
1900.
back before that.
Oh, yeah, because there is a house on Harlem that's in the 1800s and they had
Yeah.
this, slaves come through, hide them in the basement. So
Oh, it's under the underground railroad.
it was part of it. Yes, that's what I was told.
Now, are you finding this to be true in some townships? For instance, Plain Township that has a lot of, city development that's moving in. If you did this for a township like that, would there be a different?
Oh, yeah. I
Feeling
mean,
altogether.
I just did this with the city of Lancaster. We're in the same process with you guys, exact same place with the process.
Uh-huh.
And it was very different. Now, there's still the history there is still a history, but see, we're the hometown of General Sherman. Very proud hometown of General Sherman. But what we're finding is our pride in that history, other people don't have the same pride in that history, and people who are moving into the community
Yeah.
are not appreciating that. And so it's been a really interesting conversation to try to figure out how do
It could
we
be controversial.
acknowledge that history.
Read his memoir.
How do we acknowledge that
I was
history?
born in Miles. William T. is.
William, he is, I mean, the murals, there's statues, there's.
Square, this is square 13.
Uh-huh. That's where we're our office is. Yeah.
That is a challenge.
Yeah, it's a big challenge. And then there's people there, it's a very divided opinion is what I'm finding of our community. Whereas here, I don't feel that division. I feel this cohesiveness around we understand that we need to be planful, but we want to preserve who we are, where we come from, where we've been. We don't want to forsake that. And in some communities, I don't feel that. That is a very strong feeling here for me, coming in from the outside.
I hope we did well.
I think you did
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you guys so much for all of your engagement. If you want to take some candy, please do.
Thank you, guys.
That was really fun.
Yeah, so we'll probably
Meeting
be
adjourned.
coming back together to review some thoughts and ideas once Addison and I have a chance to get to know the community a little more and take all this and synthesize it and put some ideas down.
Look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Like take chair off.